This is killing me softly.
It was working like 5
It
seconds.
literally worked like 10 seconds ago.
Okay, so
There you go.
There we go.
So I want to make sure people get in to see it. So
We'll start here.
we're back.
Fails.
That was awesome.
We need to continue to have Marshall like just do cameos in music videos. And I
Yeah.
think what I like about Marshall the most is that if you ask him, he will come in the full mayor getup. Like he will bring his sash, he will bring the cowboy hat that someone just put on him at Black Booth. Rest in peace.
Or Jesus costume.
Or the Jesus costume.
Those are the
He'll
two.
come either
That's all
one.
he's got though. He's got two things.
So he's on a Spirit Halloween. He's got two. You pick one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you need
That's
an
what's
Easter
cool. I think
cameo, he'll come
There's
out.
enough bands putting Marshall music videos in the Orlando scene, and right now there's so many bands in the Orlando scene that are like doing awesome stuff and getting attention, which is insane to me. But pretty soon he'll just be this cult figure in the genre because he's in so many different bands' music videos that so many people are seeing.
Nick sent me
remember the first time we ever played together?
Yeah, I was at the Bat Ranch.
At Ranch with We Were Sharks.
Yeah, it was with
And
We Were
the
Sharks.
power cut out in the middle of the show, and they were like, "Just keep going." And
so I always talk about this. I always talk about like, did you guys have your in-ear monitors on a separate power grid?
I think at the time only Damien had in-ear monitors, so I'm not sure
because I know you guys you and Corey were on Kemper.
Yeah,
and I remember like standing. I think I was with Colin from We Were Sharks, and we were on the balcony, and I think I literally saw all of it play out. The guy at the PA, like the mixer, I wouldn't even call it a front of house because it was literally just a fold out table with a mixer on it. He got up, and I saw his foot hit the only power strip and pulled it out of the wall.
Powered everything into the whole
barn. And I think you guys were playing Weekend Warrior, and all you heard was just like Tyler was still hitting, like still going, and you just hear Damien like, "I don't want to go," and I was like, "Fuck!" And then the guy like plugged it back in really quick, and I was like, "Oh man."
It's like I hope it works that way.
I don't know if your guys' gear takes this. Our Kempers take like 3 minutes to boot up.
Yeah, the Helix
the
does
song
too.
was over by the time we got our sound back.
I'm good.
The other thing I remember about that show was that there was these women who were spray painting a broken down school bus, and it was right next to all the band's merch. And we're like, "Can you not
do
spray
this?
paint this band the entire night?" Right next to our merch, it was like getting on our table. It smelled like everyone was getting headaches, and they were just like, "No, we're gonna keep doing it." And we're like, "Okay."
I mean, you can imagine how long they were doing that for. So of course they were probably in La La
the
Land
entire night. For some reason, it was just like, let's spray paint this bus.
I know a guy.
That was half of us going when we were up north.
Oh, we were going to the Jersey Turnpike.
It got really bad for a while that like I literally had the accent almost the whole night. It was rough. I could not break character.
Well, we were driving to pick up.
We
flew into Baltimore. We got picked up. James picked us up in the van that he rented, and the next morning we were going to go pick up Catalano because Catalano flew to JFK. So we were driving from DC to pick up Catalano and JFK, and then we were going to go to Boston. And the entire time we left at like 4 a.m. Yeah, we flew, then we went, and then we went again. So we left at like 4 a.m. We got 3 hours of sleep, and we spent. It had to have been like 4 hours in Jersey. It was miserable, and the entire time we were just like, "Hey, that's where all the Bon Jovi songs were made." And just like the entire time we were just ripping everything. And Tony was just like, "Hey, is that New York over there?" I was like, "No, it's Newark." But we finally like got to JFK, and we're driving this just white van, black tinted windows, and Catalano's waiting for us to pick him up. And then there's this girl next to him in the next bench. and all you see is the van door opening. We're all just like, "Hey, how the fuck are ya?" And he gets into the van, and we just peel out. And this girl's staring like, "Did this guy just get kidnapped?"
It's like that. It reminds me of that scene in Old School where he's like, "If you tell anybody about this, I'll fucking kill you." He's like, I'm sorry. I'll have it with my dinner.
That would have been
The
worst
reaction
thing.
We
was
got in your
like,
face and be like, "You tell anybody about this, I'll fucking kill you." And just get back to bed.
I mean, we literally he came in, we grabbed him. He's known us 4 hours at this point. Because the only time we've ever talked to him was at the Deer Universe release show, a little bit at your pool party.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he flew up to meet us. We grab him, pull him into the van, and he was fully immersed into our personalities. And I'm like, I don't think he was fully mentally prepared for it.
Dude, you gotta take it all in.
No.
Go off defense.
It was like
So bad.
Nick, did you kind of like look back every now and be like, I feel a little bit bad for him, but
Nah,
he's gonna have to get used to it. So
he fit right in.
He fit right in. He was like, he had a
He was like,
blast the
"Oh."
entire time. But it was like, it was just funny, like, because he was like a reality check. He came up. He's like I'm gonna do photography. I'm gonna do videography. He was 100% our tour manager the entire time. He was just the non-designated tour manager.